Hello, Maurieo Vlogs number 172, Charity. Hello, welcome. Well, I have some quite strongly held views on charity that I've developed over the years. Mostly, I don't believe in giving money to charity. First of all, I believe that only a very small, a limited percentage of the money actually gets to where it's supposed to go. By the time they've promoted the charity and then paid the celebrities or, paid for their airfares or whatever and got the money there, that very little actually gets to where it's supposed to be going. And I do wonder about some of the, the sensibilities of it, and the fact that, it's a bit like a finger in the dike situation. You're actually not going to effectively do anything. It's just like putting out a small fire. That's not to say that I don't believe in charity. I do, but I like to do it in my own way by helping the people that I know, people that I associate with, and that I think perhaps need a bit of a help or a bit of a hand with things. And sometimes through the course of my business, and that I don't even know, the people don't even know, but I quite often would trim my bills and things like that to just so you give people that are real hard workers and deserve a fair go, get a fair go and get a break. And so that's how I've done it. And if people ask me for help, I'm willingly give it if I possibly can, of some of my capabilities. I don't like the idea, particularly against the idea of when you give something to charity, that you get a little badge that you stick on your jacket that tells you that I've given something to charity. So, and that is. Now, there's a bit of a saying that is as cold as charity, and it's a bit ironic, but what it talks about is that, essentially I find by giving money, it does a lot for the person giving, but not so much for the person receiving. They're anonymous. You can say, well, I've done my bit, sort of thing, but have you really? So, that's my personal opinion. A lot of people give me a hard time about it, but I believe that's the right way to go, and I try to stay true to my values in that area. So, and that's how I roll. So, yeah. Hopefully I haven't got... I'm probably getting a lot of requests for help now. But no, I do, and I firmly believe on that. And sometimes it's pretty tough. It's a bit of a moral dilemma when someone asks you for money. It's very hard to say no. I think I read something the other day where it said that there's only 7 no's in any person. So if you can get someone to say no 6 or 7 times, they're going to say yes on the 8th time. So there's some interesting philosophy around it. But I'm very much, the concept of as cold as charity is something that I sort of think a lot about, and I try to be quite warm and anonymous, and even so that the people don't even know what I've done, and that's the way I like it, and that's the way I roll. So that brings us to today's background, which what the hell is this, and how does it relate to my topic? And it's a little bit ironic as well, I guess. I think that's the right word. I'm sure one of my daughters will correct me if I've used ironic wrongly. You know who you are, Casey. If you watch this, I'm sure you'll let me know. So, yes, I apologise if that is the case. But, yes, what is this and how does it relate to today's topic? Now, yesterday's background was this guy here, Schrödinger, famous for the story of Schrödinger's cat that tried to explain how things could both exist and not exist. And the topic of the question of the day is where does your lap go when you stand up? Was sort of in that whole range of Schrödinger's idea that it only exists, that your lap exists when you're sitting down, but it always exists, but it doesn't exist in the state when you're standing up. So it can both exist and not exist. A very, very complex conundrum that people argue about for considerable amounts of time. Anyway, that's who the guy was, Erwin Schrödinger. So just another look, another chance to have a look at today's background. And there it is, what's going on here, and how does it relate to today's topic. And I think that'll do us for today. A little bit of philosophy there, or some of my ideas on charity. You may not agree with them. You may have different ideas of your own. So feel free to put comments in the comments below, or whatever, but yeah, I've thought long and hard about my beliefs in that area, and I stick pretty true to them. Nobody's been able to convince me otherwise at this place, but I'm at this point, but I'm pretty difficult to convince on things like that, so I think a lot of them have given up trying. Okay, cheers, see you.